What's up? We're Crown the Empire.
And this is Rock Forever Magazine.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever Magazine, and I am here right now with Ben and Dave from Crown the Empire. How you doing today?
Doing well.
Doing great.
Yeah, hot and sweaty, but good.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Warped Tour, what were you expecting? Like snow over here?
No,
Florida.
It's
right?
Orlando. It's not Warped Tour. This tour's been great. This is the hottest place we've been,
It's just humid and just,
Yeah. But I'm sure we're proud to take the record for most humid, hottest day of Warped Tour. We'll take it.
Yeah.
What we're going to do, if you finish the sentence for you guys. Now, your #1 Warped Tour survival tip is?
Water. Have a lot of water,
That is important.
Shower bags.
Yeah.
You need to find a shower. If you don't, you smell really bad and make the bus smell really bad.
That has been the topic of the day. Every band's like, I need to shower right now. It's major. It's a problem, isn't it?
The main struggle. One of the two.
Yeah. And now your favorite tattoo is, well, oops.
Mine are all blacklight tattoos, so I mean we don't have a blacklight. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any tattoos, but I don't know.
Mine would be my arm. It's just a biomechanical bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty epic.
Cool. Yeah.
And now your most embarrassing moment on stage happened when?
You go first.
Oh, you have a lot?
What?
Your most embarrassing moment on stage.
You have a lot of those?
Yeah. No, I actually had one in my old band. I got on stage. Yeah, it was like at a huge festival in front of like 2,500 people. Asking Alexandria was headlining. It was it was at South by So Up, and I was in a local band at the time. No one knew who we were, so I run up on stage. My whole band's out there, and some band had spilt water before, and I just ran and slipped on it and fell. And the first like 200 people were like laughing at me.
That's terrible.
It was really terrible. Yeah, it sucked. It's really embarrassing.
Next one, your go-to dance move is?
Stanky legs. Oh, you're rolling the dice? Do the stanky leg.
Dice.
You guys have the moves. Like all the parties, life of the party right there with those moves. And last one, your first celebrity crush was?
Oh, man.
Jennifer Aniston.
Mine was Jessica Alba was my first. Yeah.
In Friends, when they met her and she like became a part of that show, I felt like I met her. I felt like I met her and fell in love with her. So
it was personal.
Yeah, I got that attachment for sure.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Yeah. And now this is your second consecutive year on Warped Tour. How's your experience been different this time? I know you're on a bigger stage, so congrats on that.
Yes.
How's it going?
It's been awesome.
Being in a tour bus, we were in a RV last year.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, being in an actual bus is way nicer. They're actually meant to tour in, not like an RV. So
you're being crashed.
That is Maddie from Florida
Maddie from Florida Day, crashing the party.
But yeah, we're in a bus this year, and it's unbelievable. It's way better. It's meant to tour in, and it's.
And I know something else you're doing that's really cool are the band happy lessons that you've been doing with fans.
We are doing that every day. It's a lot of fun. We get to just talk to the kids and kind of get one-on-one with all of them, and that's a lot of fun.
It used to be really lame. We were doing like a social media marketing thing, and like one kid a day would sign up.
It's like going to school in the summer. Like nobody wants to do that. So.
Yeah, and
but
now.
It's Crown the Empire. It's totally different.
No.
Because it's like the whole time.
Yeah, kids are like nearly falling asleep. So we changed it to just like a Q&A type thing, and they just come and ask questions.
We play an acoustic song and just kind of hang out, and talk with them. Yeah.
This is like fun. I should have signed up. What am I doing in the press area? I could have been at your band happy lesson.
It's cool. You learn a lot about us for sure.
Yeah.
So for anybody who, maybe any upcoming bands who can't make it to your band happy Q&A, what is your #1 advice for them?
Upcoming bands.
Promotion online promotion.
Kind of look at what other bands like a little bit bigger than you are doing, and be like, what are they doing that I'm not? You know, what's making them more successful? What are they doing that's pushing them to the next level? And work towards that. So.
Yeah. What kind of tactics on social media do you recommend? What kind of stuff do you guys do?
Brandon, our other guitarist, he before like Ben and I were even in the band, he would spend 8 hours a day talking to people, but like not like spamming people. You don't just go like, hey, check out my band kind of thing. Now he would actually do like one-on-one conversations with hundreds of people, and kind of starting like that, it kind of spreads your name a lot more because they just talk about it to your friends. And then they did like a marketing campaign without being on a label or anything like that, so that really like sailed with that. So it's cool. Yeah.
I know word spread about the band real fast that way, didn't it? Worked out good.
Yep.
And your latest album, The Resistance, Rise of the Runaways, is out now. Just came out a few days ago too.
Yep.
And like The Fallout, it is a concept record. So could you tell us a little more about the storyline?
Absolutely. We kind of did, like you said, it's a concept record, and The Fallout was like a loosely based concept record on like what you would kind of say to your loved ones at the end of the world, that kind of thing, like a whole love story. Like a couple of us going through breakups at the time, so it was really about that. This new record is we kind of tried to write a short story along. The songs are like the soundtrack to the actual story we wrote. So they kind of play on the themes and stuff in the actual story. So it's not like, oh, I'm running down the woods, I turn a corner and I shot this dude. It's not like that. You know, it's just like the themes and stuff. So there's the bad guy is the Raven, and his dudes, his like minions, the Scarecrows, are like the tyrannical, you know, government kind of running the world after the fallout. And the Runaways are like the resistance, the force against them. And Bones is the protagonist. Actually, our tour manager is an actor in our music videos and that kind of thing. So he does that, and so we kind of wrote a whole story along with it. We might be doing a comic book and a short story along with it and that whole thing. So
there's a lot going along with this album, and it's a continuation of the Fallout, which is really cool.
Absolutely.
I had no clue. I was listening to the album, I had no idea it was a continuation.
It's set like 150 years in the future after the world ended. So
yeah, I know you have a website where people can learn more about all that, right?
Yep.
Yeah?
This is theresistance.com. Is all of the exclusive content that Crown the Empire posts.
Cool. So everybody got to check that out.
Yep.
And what is the message you're hoping to convey to fans on this album?
It's very like we're all about equality. Like everyone is the same. You know, there's nobody's better than anybody else, and that's really like the main point behind it. Yeah, unity. I think that's probably sums it up. Like that's really what we wanted to convey with this new album. You know, because the Scarecrows and the Raven are like, you know, they're the tyrannical government, like ruling and being unfairly ruling over these people, and they're like not okay with that. You know, we've seen that kind of thing throughout history, and we kind of wanted to create a story and explain that.
We resist.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
But you bah. That was great.
Yeah.
And I heard you guys say in another interview that the Resistance is kind of like the Fallout on steroids, were your exact words. So what new elements did you guys add to this album, maybe musically, that make it even better?
We had Dave Egger. He did strings on Viva La Vida, the song by Coldplay.
Whoa, no, for real?
For real.
It's amazing.
That guy did live strings for almost the entire record. So we got live strings on this album. We recorded with Dan Corniff in Long Island, and we did everything real this time, just the real, as real as we could possibly get. There's not a lot of synthetic things on the album.
Yeah.
And actually, Brendan Baroni and I produced most of the records. We actually got to make all the, you know, explosions and sounds and cool little effects that go along with the songs. We did that all ourselves, and you know, we really just put our heart and soul into this record. Everybody was there for the entire process, so it was really cool.
Anything else you want to add to that? You've been so quiet over there now.
No, he's summing it up. He's got it. Yeah.
You nailed it. And for any new listeners who aren't too familiar with the band, which song should they listen to first from the new album? I agree with that. That's a good song.
Off the new album, if you listen to anything, Makeshift Chemistry or The Fallout off of our first record, and then Millennia, Rise of the Runaways, Johnny's Rebellion. We have a trilogy of songs, Johnny Ringo, Revenge, and Rebellion, that are really cool. They're kind of a side story that we just expanded on throughout the last couple albums we've done. So check that out as well. Yeah.
You would agree with that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sums up the band really well.
Yeah. So. And actually, you beat me to my next question, Johnny's Rebellion. Can you tell us a little more about the storyline now that we've got the whole trilogy here?
Well,
this is a continuation, right?
The third one, he actually does kill the devil and becomes like over. Huh? Well, I mean, you know. It's
Spoiler
already out.
alert!
Go listen to it and hear it. Yeah.
Spoiler alert!
Johnny kills the devil and kind of becomes the devil, and you know, he recruits all of the people in hell to like fight for him, and there's a battle that goes on between the devil and him, and he wins and becomes the devil. But then he decides that he doesn't he wants to just become the devil and be the same person that the devil was. So there's no real
That's
difference.
intense.
Yeah.
And I know you had sound effects and everything of a battle. I was listening to it in the car. I'm like, wait, what is going on right now? There's a battle going on in my car.
We went hard on that song. It's like 7 minutes long. It's the longest song we've ever made. It's like a ballad, like crazy, like Queen-esque. We kind of did that. So we were really excited about it. So yeah, go check that out.
How did the concept of Johnny come about? How'd that happen?
Brendan Baroni actually it was before I joined the band. He's our creative director for the band, and he was like, I guess, walking somewhere, and he heard that dun, 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 that part in his head, and then he wrote You Just Have to Sell Your Soul, and he kind of just like he was writing the song, and the producer he was working with was like, have you heard of Johnny Ringo? And Johnny Ringo is a dude from the Wild Wild West, I believe, that sold his soul to the devil supposedly to win at poker. So we kind of took that idea and created a whole different story behind it. So.
Yeah. And I know you guys recently did a Twitter Q&A with iTunes Music, and I learned through that Q&A that you were inspired by Les Mis, which I was not expecting at all.
Definitely. I mean, theatrics are the, you know, what our band's founded on. It's like our foundation. You know, the theatrics of Johnny Ringo really took us to the next level with Limitless, and same with the Fallout, and we continued that on our latest record. And I think that's really what sets us apart from other bands. And you know, Les Mis is an incredible, you know, story and movie and play, and you know, however you saw it. It's amazing, and it definitely inspired a lot of the records.
What sort of elements did you take away from Les Mis?
The emotion. I think there's so much passion and emotion in that play, and I think that's really what we took from the most. This album is really it gets you right here. You know what I mean?
Right in the feels.
Right in the feels, yeah. So I think that's what we mainly took from it.
Where else did you find inspiration musically?
Surprisingly enough, a lot of movies. The Dark Knight is my favorite movie, and Hans Zimmer is my favorite composer. So, you know, a lot of the elements, the strings, and the you know, explosions and drums and that sort of thing were inspired by Hans Zimmer's scores, and the way that he is able to make a song bring out the emotion in a scene. You know, without that music, the scene would be weird. You'd be like, what's going on? Like, this isn't that cool. But with the music, it really makes you feel that. So having the songs be a soundtrack to the story that we wrote, we kind of used that whole ideal and took it and, you know, used it for our own record.
Yeah. What about you? What else inspired you?
I don't know. I was trying to think about that, actually. I mean, honestly, like, I have a lot of aggression that I hold in all the time, so that has a lot to do with it. Because I mean, Brendan really has a concept he goes by for the album, so I just kind of work with what he gives me and everything. But yeah, like a lot of songs like Monster and Bloodline, you can definitely hear that. Yeah.
Well, when we were in the studio, we were like lighting candles and turning the lights down, and really like trying to make the setting like so you could vibe well. I mean, I remember that was a big thing while we were in the studio. And it was cool. We got to do a lot of really like hands-on stuff for this album, and doing things like that. Really, you can hear it in the song. You can hear how much passion and aggression and, you know, the actual emotions that we put into the album through it. So.
And it's interesting because it's a very diverse album. You know, there's songs like Millennia and there's songs like Monster that are total opposite.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we love heavy music. Everyone in the band is such a diverse, you know, grouping of artists that we like, and so we were able to make a bunch of songs that we wanted to make. You know, we love songs like Millennia. We love like rock and solos and that kind of thing, but we also love really heavy music, and we have songs like that. You know, and we always say our top 5 influences are Slipknot, 30 Seconds to Mars, MCR, Panic, and Linkin Park. So that's like, if you listen to the record, it sounds a lot like those bands.
Yeah, I totally see that. And I know you recently filmed some music videos in LA. There were 2, I believe, you filmed.
Yes, we did.
Are you able to give us any details yet?
Well, Machines is out right now, our music video for our song Machines. You can go check that out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We posted it everywhere, so you guys can check that out. We have another one coming out later. Can't talk about it.
Of course.
But it's really awesome. Our buddy Graham Fielder helped us out with it and did a great job, so we're excited to release that here pretty soon.
Can you tell us more about the concept for Machines?
For Machines, well, one of the lyrics is "If all we are is just machines." You know, it's kind of going back to that tyrannical government type thing where, you know, you're treated kind of like cattle, and it's like, or just like something that's, you know, not human. And if we're not that, you know, we're not machines, we're not, you know, just something to be treated however anybody wants. You know, we're actual people. So I think that's really what was behind the song, that everyone, you know, should be treated equally, and nobody should be like forced to do anything, or there's no like boundaries set on what a person can do or how they can be, you know, as long as it's within the confines of being like a good, you know, normal person.
Yeah, I'd recommend that.
Yeah, like not breaking the law or anything.
And I heard talks that you guys are hoping to do a series like Fall Out Boy did with music videos. Is that true?
Possibly.
Okay.
I'm not. We
can't really say too much about that, but maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still talking about all of that stuff right now. So. Yeah.
Are there any other visual aspects you're hoping to incorporate with this theme of the album? I know you mentioned something about a comic book.
Comic book. We're thinking about doing a short story or a novel type thing that we can, you know, promote at Comic-Con and do that kind of thing with.
That'd be amazing.
I think that's the majority. Maybe a short film, something like that.
Yeah.
For this album.
And I heard talk about an acoustic project as well.
Yes.
Am I asking about all the stuff you can't talk about?
Yeah, pretty much. You can,
We can't talk about it.
Plans for after the tour? Warped Tour is almost ending, so what's coming up after this?
Yeah, we have a few tours lined up. We're doing a headliner right after this with Volumes and Secrets and Ice Nine Kills and those guys. So we're stuck on that, and then right after that we're going to Europe with Asking Alexandria, The Ghost Inside, Secrets as well. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Always awesome talking to you.
Pleasure.
Yeah, and everybody watching, make sure you check out Crown the Empire. The Resistance, Rise of the Runaways is on iTunes right now. Subscribe for more interviews, and I'll catch you later. Bye.